Welcome to the Old Bastard Racing League Wednesday night truck race, where we bring you the TV broadcast of the OBRL. These guys are ready to race at Homestead today. This is the first race of the chase, and these guys are getting gridding and getting ready to go. Ken, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing great, Pete. Thanks for inviting me up to the tower again. Appreciate it very much. Hey, we got 29 drivers taking time tonight for tonight's truck race. Um, we have 100 laps going around this crazy racetrack. Temperatures are starting to drop. The car should start handling a little bit better as the race goes on here. So, looking forward to a great race tonight.
Yeah, well, talking to the drivers says the truck's a little loose tonight. They're having to work that throttle a little bit, so it should be an interesting race to watch. Very interested to see how things go with these guys and saving those tires and making it through this race caution free.
Yeah, plus we have the start of the first round of the championship chase race here. So we got 12, the top 12 drivers are involved in that. We'll lose four of those drivers after tonight's race. So that'll be something that a lot of those guys will be worried about tonight.
Yeah, what do we have? We have Vernon Mayhew on the pole, number 23. Also, who is that?
Josh Robinson
Yeah,
in
Josh Robinson.
23.
Sorry.
Steve Thompson's running third in time. Tom Ogle, fourth in time. Jeff Gilmore, fifth. Patrick Scahill, sixth. Tommy Cannon in the 47 truck running seventh. Kevin Dillon. Haven't seen Kevin for a couple weeks. Welcome back, Kevin. He got eighth in time. Christopher Monroe finished ninth in time. And Troy Torgerson rounding out our top 10 in qualifying.
All right, guys, tighten it up till you don't see a logo on the truck in front of you. Second gear, go on green. No change of lanes for the start-finish line. Have some patience. Good luck, everybody.
And there you just heard the Grand Poobah of the OBRL, Steve Thompson, giving final directions to all the drivers.
We're all lined up behind the pace car, getting ready to go green here. One to go here. You don't get a second lap, so they got to be ready to go as soon as they come out of the pits. They're bunching up two by two by two.
Over under time, Coco, right before green. What do you think? How many yellows are going to have tonight?
I'm going to put the number at 3, so you'll have to pick over under.
Ah, that's a good number, but I'm going to go under tonight.
Green flag waves. We are off the racing, guys. Looks like a nice clean start. Vernon pulls out ahead a little bit, taking the lead. We seem to get through turn 1, contact free. Vernon Mayhew and number 67, Steve Thompson, getting in line.
A little bit of too wide racing down the front stretch with a couple of the competitors. They're all starting to strain out just a real little bit as we get towards the end of the pack.
Yeah, the start of the chases tonight, and these guys are looking for advancing into the next round. OBRL has 12, then 8, then 4 for the last 3 races, so top 8 will advance from this race.
Yeah, it's always a fun time of the year. We're getting down to the end of the season, and we'll start up again a couple weeks after and do it again. And be a lot of fun again for these guys for next season again.
We got the 49 underneath the 87, looking for some space here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's preferred line early and this is down low or up high. We'll let these drivers kind of decide that for us as we go along. Track temperature right now is 102 degrees, so it's starting to come down just a real little bit.
Yeah, it is. Listening to the drivers' meeting, I saw a couple of guys preferred that low line, and other guys preferred the high line. So I think this is going to be a multi-line track, and we're going to see different trucks in different places here.
Yeah, and then talking to one of the drivers out there, he was telling us fuel runs approximately 35 laps, so they should be able to do this. If we stay green, they should be able to do this in 2 stops.
Looks like Steve Thomson took the lead here over Vernon Mayu. Number 11, Liberace Ogle, Thomas Ogle, is in third.
Well, that's really no surprise with Steve jumping out early. He's always a tough competitor no matter what track we go to. Talking to Kevin Rupert during practice, he said the tire drop-off is huge after about a 30-lap run here. I believe he said about 2.5 seconds. Is that correct, Pete?
That is correct. I heard 2.5 seconds from Kevin as well, and I think that the longer these runs go, the more these trucks are going to become a handful.
That's for sure. They are starting to get a little bit more single file and stretched out a little bit, and I think they're just trying to get settled in here.
Yeah, that might hurt my over/under selection tonight, but being spread out the way they are. But I think all in all, this is going to end up being a good race. This is going to come down to good pit stops and good pit strategy, I believe.
I think you're right, Pete. I think you're right.
So we're riding along right now with number 49, Troy Turgeson, ninth place, gained one position from the start of the race with the fastest lap of 32.504.
Steve Thompson turning high 32, so 32.78 the last lap. So Troy's actually catching the leader here slowly.
Yeah, we know Steve, though, and he's probably just pacing himself at this point. He's got himself a nice cushion right now for early in this race, and I'm sure he's not beating up his truck too bad.
Yeah, he watches that relative screen pretty close, keeps people same distance all the time.
Chris Scales is looking underneath the 28 of Robert Garisco. Got a nice little race across start finish line and going into turn one. Chris just can't seem to make it in the turn. Let's see if he comes ahead on the backstretch.
Oh, we got one on the grass in the backstretch, Pete.
Caution does not wave. We are still under green flag conditions here.
77, Rick Helms is in the backstretch.
Coming off turn two, got a little loose.
And Rick is back on his way again.
It's good to see he didn't take too much of a hit there. Being behind isn't a bad thing right here. We can, he gets one caution, he's caught right back up. Chris Scales again was looking underneath 14 for a second there. Backs off a little bit, but Chris seems to be a pretty fast truck tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's following our fearless leader, Eddie Jones. That's for the 16th position. So Eddie had a slower qualifying run than we normally see, but I'm thinking by the end of the race we'll see him up towards the front. And I'm sure Chris will follow him right up through the pack also. See, Ed Adams is making his run up towards the front. He's running 18th right now.
We show 17th on Ed Adams with a 4-position gain already from the beginning of this race.
Hard to believe we got 12 laps in already.
Yeah, Ed's always a fast number 42. He's got his stuff together. He's a technologist, if I would say that. Always messing with his rig, always messing with his gear, but he's tuning that really well, getting the most out of his equipment, I would say.
That he does. That he does. Rick Helms, who spun out earlier down the backstretch, is still ahead. He's still in the lead lap of with these guys yet, so hoping for a quick caution for him so he can catch back up to the field. Oh, Rick's going to pit now. He must have some damage.
Not sure.
Bad break for Rick Helms there.
Well, a short pit might work for him depending on how long he has to stay in there.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that for us, Pete.
So Ken, Wesley Foreign, newcomer to OBRL.
First race that I can remember him, and welcome Wesley to the Old Bastard Racing League. Glad to see you, and good luck to you tonight and in the future. Hopefully everything goes well for you.
Yeah, it looks like we have 127, and Ben Shepard's been with us for a while, but Ben 107 sitting out there currently in 24th position, I believe, and just getting themselves or acclimated to OBRL, and Ben and the rest of the new guys, welcome, and hopefully you're enjoying the races at OBRL.
Yeah, the three-digit numbers are guys under like a short probationary period to get them acclimated to Old Bastards. They do not have the opportunity to qualify, and so you'll see them start towards the back. But a lot of those guys, by the end of the race, they'll be up running with the front runners. Eddie Jones having his hands full with the number 28 in front of him. Eddie backs out and gives him some room to get situated again. Robert was a little wishy-washy coming out of corner 4. Rick Helms is now just starting to come out of the pit area, so I think he was in the pits for 2 laps, I believe, there, Pete.
That'll hurt you.
Yeah, luckily he's the only one on a lap down, so if we would happen to get a caution, at least he would be able to get a lucky dog here. Kevin Dillon, I see, has moved into the second spot, passing Vernon Margheim. So we still have Steve Thomson leading, Kevin Dillon second, Vern's running third, Tom Ogle running fourth, and our top 5, rounding out our top 5 is Patrick Scahill.
These guys seem to be minding their P's and Q's right now, just trying to get a hold of that truck and just kind of work this out. It's a long race tonight.
Yeah, we're 20 laps in, or almost 20 laps in here, so they're getting just past halfway on a fuel run here, so this will probably be a little tougher now with tire wear and all that. So, but these guys are pretty good. We'll see what they do. Pete, did you notice a lot of guys are starting to run that higher groove already?
Yeah, I noticed that. I did notice that they are looking a little like 2 lanes up from the bottom. Um, Definitely using all the track. I'm waiting to see if there's anybody on the low line at this point. Number 35 going underneath the 87. See how that works out for him. 87 lets him in, it looks like. 28's looking underneath the 87.
I've been watching Kevin Rupert the last 2 laps, Pete, and I see him running higher in 1 and 2 and running mid-track in 3 and 4. So he's trying to find a fast way around. He had a tough qualifying effort tonight, and Kevin's running 21st right now.
Yeah, Kevin kind of lost it in a qualifying run, put him in the back of the pack, put him on his heels. But I think, Kevin's a smart enough driver to work his way through the field and play it smart throughout this race.
That's for sure. Yeah, it's pretty much all single file racing right now. I don't see a whole lot of side-by-sides.
Now, what do we have? 22 laps of 100 laps tonight. I'm betting we're going to see some guys coming in at the 25 mark, being that, 35 was empty tank?
I would think they're going to go to 33 if they can. They can go to 35, right. So I'm thinking about lap 33, lap 34, they're going to start piling in the pit area.
10-4. Didn't think of that. I was looking at the quarter mark, and you're absolutely right. 33 would be the preferred, I bet.
That's why you got me here, Pete, to do the pit strategy.
Our strategist, Ken Schultz, number 91. We have a lot of fun when we're out there together. We rely on Ken for a lot of things, and to tell us when to pit is probably one of them. So,
Eddie Jones, I believe, is Dick dumping into the pits along with Steve Thompson. Our leader,
see,
Steve Thompson's also in the pits. So apparently they don't feel that they can make the 35 laps.
I think they're betting on faster. Those tire wear that we were talking about earlier is going to come into play here. With 22, 25 laps, I'm not doubting that that's what they're looking at. Faster tires, faster car, faster truck.
Yeah, it'll work out great for them if we don't get any cautions.
Well, we have another one dipping into the access road coming into the pits. Couldn't see who that was. I'll see
I
it in a
saw
moment.
it being John Hastings jumping in the pit area and 53 David Hunt also in pit road.
Looks like Steve Thompson, number 67, number 14, coming out of the pits now. We got Liberace, number 11, Thomas Ogle, still cruising around there.
Yeah, Kevin Dillon's leading a couple laps. So he'll get a bonus point for leading the lap.
Number 7 looking underneath the 87.
Got a couple more cars coming in the pit area. We got Pat Scahill and 57 Jeff Gilmore, and also 35 Jim Westerfield jumping down pit road real quick. So is 00 Pops Keener and 88 Gary Corbett.
Yeah, I just watched number 67 go underneath the 7 and the 87, going 3 wide, holding the low line with more speed. Don't know, the mile per hour difference, but those new tires are really showing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to have two different strategies here. We're going to have 2-stop and we're going to have 3-stop people, I think, out here now.
Well, I guess I said correctly earlier.
Yeah,
Surprisingly
I guess
enough.
you did. I didn't see this happening.
Here we have another guy coming into 35? Is that what 35?
I have our leader Kevin Dillon coming in the pits along with Vern Margheim.
Yep. I actually seen a
Top,
little wiggle out of 33. Those tires might be going off faster than we thought, Ken.
yeah, I'm thinking they are. We have a whole mess of cars in pit road right now. I couldn't even name them all off. There's that many in there right now.
We'll get the standings to you after we all iron this out because early pit stops were not in our thought process.
Yeah, this is going to jumble everything up.
Again, I'm looking at new tires versus old tires. Number 14 goes underneath the 8 and the 127 very easily.
Yeah, Jeff Gilmore did the same thing. So, yeah, those tires are making a huge, huge difference for these guys out here. I think that the guys that have not pitted yet, I think they're going to wait till that lap 33 though, and then they're going to all jump in.
Well, at this point, I would agree with you, and I think that they've already committed at this point.
A lot of times when you get guys with brand new tires with guys with old tires, that's when we normally have our cautions though, because of overdriving issues and expecting the driver to do something that they weren't expecting to have happen in front of them.
42 Ed Adams heads into the pits. Ken, I'm seeing a 32.7 to a 34 difference. I'm seeing a 2-second difference in some of these guys with new versus old.
Yeah, to see Kevin Rupert dumping in. He was one of the last ones to stay out there. So, yeah, I believe 2.5 seconds is going to make a big difference if you split that between all the lap times. It's not going to take long to catch up that whole lap, seeing we are only running 34-second laps out there.
Yeah, that put a zinger on our race a little bit, but I tell you what, I kind of like that. You know, we have two pit strategies out there. See how these guys handle that. Looks like a lot of give and take out there, guys knowing they're on old tires, knowing they're on new tires, what have you, to get around safely.
Yeah, there isn't not a whole lot of communication going on out there, so the guys are doing a really good job of sifting through on their own.
Well, I can speak from experience when a guy's closing rate on you is, you know, a complete straightaway every turn. You kind of know he's coming and move out of the
Yeah,
way.
it's so true, so true. See, Ralph Vanderhorst is coming in, making a pit stop. He was running second at the time. We still
Looks
have Josh Robinson out in the lead yet. He hasn't pitted yet, though. He'll need the pit pretty soon.
looks like we got Eddie Jones in 13th position with Jeff Gilmore behind him and Christopher Monroe pretty close in tow, along with Christopher Monroe. I think these guys are going to end up being close together real soon, and I believe they all pitted on the same pit stop.
Yeah, I think when this all comes out in the wash, you're going to see Steve Thomson back out in the lead, though.
Right now, I'm showing number 8, Chris Scales, in the lead. He has yet to pit, though. He's now on
Chris is
pit road.
down. Chris is in pit road right now.
I guess he wanted that one bonus point for leading the laps.
I'm not sure if he's in the points chase or not, but if he is, that was a smart move on his part.
Sometimes it's in the driver's DNA. Doesn't even realize that, you know, he's not the points racer, he's not in a chase, but he'll still do things to get that extra point. It's kind of odd, but it does happen.
Yeah, we don't make any money out here, but we run for points, and that we take more pride in the point than we do in the dollar bill.
Absolutely. Speaking of points, OBRL uses the incident points as their penalty system, and you know the guys value those incident points, so they have nice, clean races, a lot of green flag laps, a lot of give and take, and definitely respectful driving out there. And I think that lends to the IPL system that they have put in place.
That is one thing OBRL prides itself in is good, clean racing, lots of green flag racing, and these drivers take pride in that, and they should. It's one of the better leagues out there where we have very little problems with contact between competitors. Heck of a race going on between Vern Margheim, Kevin Dillon, and Pat Scahill. Man, they're really battling hard there.
Yeah, I see the number 26 sitting on 33's tail, looking around.
Yeah, Tom Ogle joining the fun there. Hey, guess who's leading again? It's Steve Thomson.
All right, we need to pull him into the inspection lane whenever this race is over, I think.
Yeah, he's got a 4-second lead over Vern.
You know, in talking with Steve, number 67, Steve Thompson, in talking with him, he prefers a loose racetrack or a race car, race truck. So this might be lending right into his wheelhouse.
Yeah, I would think it does. Rick Helms doing a nice job getting out of the lead lap car's way and all that, so nice job by Rick Helms. We have 3 cars that are 1 lap down, but everyone else is on the lead lap, but the cars are strung out all the way around the racetrack right now. There's not a whole lot of too wide going on at all. It looks like it's all pretty much single file.
Well, after the pit stops, it looks like Steve Thompson, Vernon Mayhew, Kevin Dillon, Patrick Scahill, Thomas Ogle, Jeff Gilmore, Chris Monroe, Dave Hunt, Cajun Ragin, Eddie Jones, and Jim Westerfield round out our top 10.
Yeah, we are heading to lap 40. Laps are counting off very fast tonight, Pete.
Looks like we hit the bar early.
I'm thinking my under right now is actually a good choice.
I believe you are right, Ken. It looks like these guys are putting on a heck of a show tonight, and they're all, being very respectful of one another. I don't think I think your unders very well.
A couple laps ago, Chris Scales was leading our race, and he is the next car to go a lap down. So those fresh tires are making a huge, huge difference out there. Pitting 9 laps earlier, Steve Thomson did over than Chris Scales, and huge, huge difference out on the racetrack.
Well, we're looking at lap 41 of 100. What are we expecting? A lap 50?
I would think some of the guys are going to be 50 and anywhere between 50 to 66. And depends what strategy they're looking at. So be
This,
kind of interesting how this is all going to work out.
yes, it will be. Like I said, I thought it was going to come to a pit strategy, gas mileage kind of race, and it looks like it's a tire race.
I think the tires are going to have just as much to play in as a factor than what fuel will.
You got Eddie Jones underneath the 47 of Tommy Cannon. He backs out. It looks like with the lap car, he decides to wait it out.
Eddie's got 17 lap tires already, so he came in on lap 25. So some of these guys who stayed out a little longer, a little fresher rubber on their truck, and they're going to be able to drive around some of these guys who've been out for 17, 18 laps on their tires. I just wonder what's going to happen when we get that V7 tire under the rest of these cars. We have it in the K&N car, and hopefully it comes out in the other versions of all the other cars, because that V7 tire is just a whole lot of fun to race and a whole different strategy of driving.
Yeah, I have to agree with the V7 tire is definitely going to be a game changer for all series. The one thing is we used to like the Cup car and how it was hard to handle and things like that. And I think iRacing missed a mark on that one with this run, but hopefully the version 7 tire brings everything back into play.
Yeah, I hope so too. The V7 tire makes it a lot more realistic than what tire package we had before.
At the 42, looking under the 47, kind of just drives it down low. Looks like his truck's handling pretty well. That
That would be
Parker,
for the 10th spot there, huh, Pete?
yeah, but it looks like it passes 10th spot. Looking at Jim Westerfield next. Again, I'm going to say it, Ken. I love that blue, especially those rims.
Yeah, that Parker Stores paint job is very nice.
Seems like Ed is biding his time, doing very well. Maybe not overusing his truck at this point. Picking his way through the field, catching up pretty easy on that. He just passed the 47 and now is looking at the 35.
One guy I don't see out here tonight that's normally a runner is Dode Hoskins. Dode, I hope everything's good, and if you're tuned in, hey, good luck. We'll see you sometime soon this weekend. Love racing against you, so hope to see you back racing here real soon with us, Dode.
Yeah, Dode is a fantastic racer here at the OBRL, and my understanding is the evening races are a little more difficult, so he'll be doing our Saturday and Sunday gig, and then periodically be in our Monday and Wednesday nights.
Yeah, we all love racing against Dode. He's a clean driver, very, very difficult to pass, but hell of a great guy. I like being around him.
Oh yeah, there's no other respected driver, no more respected driver in the OBRL than Dode, I don't think. Eddie Jones has moved his way up to position 14, sitting there.
Yeah, they're just letting laps click off. I'm going to think we're going to start seeing a couple guys coming in the next couple laps. We're closing in on the halfway point here, and I'm thinking Steve Thompson's going to be ready to jump in the pits real quick.
It's anybody's game right now, and it's anybody's guess, huh? And as you said before, there's not much chatter on the radio, so either the trucks are handling well or these guys got their hands full, right?
I'm thinking they got their hands full trying to concentrate so they don't wreck. I see Steve Thompson on pit road right now.
That puts Steve Thompson, what, right at 50?
Right at 49.
Those tires have to be going away a lot quicker than everybody thought, and that's changing everybody's pit strategy at this point.
We'll see who else dumps in the pits real quick. I see a couple other cars taking that front access road.
Rick Helms jumped into the pit stop.
Yeah, he's 4 laps down to the leader. He had that early spin down the back stretch. I see Dave Hunt rolling down the front stretch. Patrick Scahill also coming down front stretch along with Eddie Jones.
Patrick Scahill just jumped in. Did you say? I believe you said that, didn't you?
Yeah, Patrick Scahill jumped in. Also, the Bull, Brian Glass jumped in the pits. John Hastings in the pit area. So, got a lot of our guys jumping in right at the lap 50 mark at halfway.
Jim Westerfield jumping into the access road. You also got 47 and 49 jumping into the access road as well. It looks like everybody's coming in now.
A lot more people doing a lot more short pitting here than what they did the first round.
Oh, it looks like Thomas Ogle got a little sideways in pit lane. Not sure if there's any damage. We'll have to look at his stay.
Be interesting to see how many of these guys who ran the 33 lap, if they're going to continue trying to do another 33, if they're going to short pit with the leaders.
Number 18 just jumped into the access road. And here comes 42. Ed Adams. Jeff Gilmore coming out of pit lane now, bleeding into the field. Ed Adams, it looks like, came out. I'm apologizing. It was an access road. He was coming out.
I got Josh Robinson leading right now. I know he's going to have to take another pit stop, but he was one of the drivers that held on, stayed out a little longer than everyone else did.
And we have our broadcast booth partner from time to time, Kevin Rupert in second, with Ralph Vandervorst in third.
See Robert Ramsey disconnected. Not sure if Robert had a major issue out in the racetrack or what happened, but hopefully Robert's next run will be a lot better run with the OBRLs.
Kevin Rupert sitting in second position right now. I know he's got a pit, but he's sitting there with 24 lap tires, and he's got 21 positions gained since the start of this race.
Yeah, but once he pits, he's going to be right back to where he was.
Sometimes you got to celebrate the little win.
That's right. Now, Kevin had a nice run Monday night. I believe he finished second in the ARCA cars at Pocono, if I remember correctly, Pete.
Yeah, Kevin did a real nice job at the ARCA Monday nights. He did fantastic. I was behind him, and he was good all night long. Eddie Jones and myself were battling it out behind Kevin.
Pete, you had a pretty good run Monday night, if I remember correctly also, huh?
Yeah, I did. It was a good run. It was a good race. There was a lot of things going on. Pit strategy was interesting. We have number 11 going underneath the 7 and looking at the number 87 going into the turn here. Yeah, they're battling out pretty good. But yeah, I had a great race. It was a lot of fun. There was definitely some hard racing in the last 5 laps.
Pocono will do that. It's a little tricky going down that backstretch, and that short chute can be a lot of fun. And the tunnel turn is kind of a challenge when you get too wide or more.
Yeah, I tried to stay away from the passing in the tunnel turn. Only if I was forced to do so would I be underneath anyone. But it was scary towards the end of that run with that tunnel turn got a little loose.
We're 56 in, so I think we still have a bunch of cars that need to come in and take a pit stop yet. So
From what I see, we have Joshua Robinson, Kevin Rupert, Ralph Vandervorst, John Held, Chris Gales, and Wesley Foreign need to pit yet.
yeah, that seems right because Steve Thompson's running seventh, so I would think the top six, yeah, they would probably need to make that one stop yet.
Steve has moved into the sixth position at this point. I'm thinking if Steve places in the top three, we don't interview him tonight. No, I'm kidding.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. I think we'll take fourth place. We joke around with Steve a lot. He does a whole lot for this league and a good guy, but we love to give him a hard time. See, Gary Corbett's dumping in down the pit road right now. Gary, a longtime OBRL veteran, won a truck championship 2 or 3 seasons ago. Surprised everyone. Had a great run that year, and man, he it was awesome to see him win. It was one of the well-received wins for a championship. A lot of the fellow racers really enjoyed that for him.
Yeah, Gary Corbett just had a website done, I believe, by what is it, I4 Media? Steve,
I-40 media, isn't it?
yeah, I40 Media. Um, GaryCorbettMusic.net, I believe, and it's an awesome website. Give it a chance, go ahead out and look at it. Kevin Rupert sitting on 30 lap tires in second position, still holding on. I don't know if he's banking on a caution or not, but he's now on 31 laps on that truck. And by what we saw of everybody else, he's got to be having a handful right now.
Yeah, he's being passed by a lot of cars. He's definitely on a two-pit strategy, so he's going to have to go another 6, 7 laps yet in order for him to be able to make it the rest of the way home.
I wonder if he's saving fuel and just trying to bide his time.
This might play right into his hands. He seems to get a little lucky once in a while, and I think kind of projecting this thing out, if we do get no cautions, he's going to be right up there. I believe he just ducked into the pit road. I think he's pitting right now.
Same with 127 of West Foreign.
Yeah, but I don't see them making it to the end though. If with 39 to go though, I don't think they got enough to pull that off. I think he's going to be a few laps short.
Well, Kevin was one of our test dummies for the practice, and he said 35, and he was sputtering down the backstretch.
Kevin, not really known for his math, so maybe misfigured there a little bit.
That's because he didn't have you right next to him, Ken.
Yeah, he normally got me chattering away in his ear. Josh Robinson's still holding off the pack yet. He's still leading with Ralph Vanderhorst second, John Held third, and Steve Thompson running fourth right now.
Vernon Mayhew right now is sitting with 12 laps on his tires, sitting in seventh position. I think is really in a good spot at this time. Everybody else behind him, 13, 14, has a few more laps on their tires. I'm just wondering if that's going to help him out. I know that normally two tires or 2 laps isn't a big thing, but as we saw the degrading of these tires tonight, I'm wondering if he's not put himself in a very good position. He just moved up to sixth position.
Yeah, time's going to tell on that. Be kind of interesting to see how this plays out in the next 35 laps.
See, I would assume that we would see some people coming in at this point with the 35 lap end that we that we thought was gas, but I'm just thinking the tires are falling off way too much, and these guys are going in way a little earlier. Chris Scales in seventh position right now. Um, just basically was sitting at 31 laps on his tires, now sitting at 32.
And we only have had the one car retire for the evening so far. I see Chris Scales ducking down in the pit road right now and getting fresh rubber and fuel.
Keeping my eyes on Joshua Robinson, who just came into the pits because he was on 34 lap tires.
John Hell just leaving pit area right now. He just received 4 and fresh fuel.
Don't look now, but that puts number 67, Steve Mule Thompson, in first position. Number 26, Kevin Dillon in second, and number 33, Vern Mayhew in third.
We'll have to watch that interval between Steve and Kevin and see if that thing closes or if Steve's able to stretch this thing out. Those guys will have one more stop to make yet, though.
I believe I'm showing a 1.5 gap right now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Got the 03 looking underneath at 32.
Boy, Ralph really powers her into the corner hard. He had to almost hit the binders in order not to run in the rear of Jeff Gilmore there.
I'm sorry, that wasn't 32. That was 92, Patrick Scahill. But yeah, he definitely looked like maybe 92 got a little loose when he was underneath him, so he backed out of the throttle. Kevin Dillon does appear to be taking on about 2 to 3 tenths about every 2 laps onto Steve Thompson, number 67.
Yeah, right now it looks like he's a little bit faster than Steve, but I'm wondering if Steve just holding back just a real little bit, keeping that relative screen even at about 1 second or so.
Well, we're sitting at a 1.0 right now, so 1 second, approximately a 1 second gap between the two.
Got a hand to these guys. No caution so far. Hope these guys can make the last 30 laps without one. Sure like to see these guys go green all the way to the end.
Steve Thompson sitting on 22 lap tires, along with Kevin Dillon on 20, Vernon Mayhew on 19 lap tires, Chris Monroe and Jeff Gilmore both at 20. So I'm betting these guys are going to be thinking about pitting around 75 and running a 25 lap end.
Yeah, it's going to be a sprint car race today. I see Ed Adams ducking into the pits along with Jim Westerfield right now. So they're going to try to make this their last stop and try to gain a little track position, but they may lose it with, if it stays green, with having 2 wore-out tires at the end of this run.
That's true. That puts them at, 28 laps or so, and I think that that's just going to push them tires to the limit.
Eddie Jones ducking in along with 11 of Tom Ogle. Chris Monroe also jumping in. So a lot of short pits going on right now. Looks like Steve Thompson's slowing down. He's getting down the access road. He's going to be ready to come into the pit area.
He looks like, around 74? That's about right. I was figuring about 25 laps for good tires.
Yeah.
Kevin Rupert slides in behind the 87. 127's looking underneath the 47. 47's running a little high. 47's in 6th place.
Yeah, this whole leaderboard is going to be all messed up for a couple laps again now, but we'll, we'll let her clear in a little bit, and we'll get you a fresh update here real soon. John Hastings is going down pit road right now in number 32 tight truck.
Kevin Rupert's sitting in third position right now on 14 lap tires. Very low compared with everybody that is pitting right now and what have you. He might be able to run pretty good. I'm hoping there's no late course caution here that could maybe help him out but hurt others.
Yeah, and he's going to have to stretch that fuel run out an awful long way. I think he pitted with 38 to go, so I don't think he's going to be able to make it. I think he's going to have to pit one more time yet.
Yeah, I think he's banking on maybe a late race caution here.
That would set him up really nice if that would happen with about 5-6 to go.
Yes, it would.
Pop Skeeter dumping in pit road along with 47 Tommy Cadden, 18 Dan Berghoff, and hey, Kevin Rupert just dumped back in the pits again real quick. Kevin realized he's not going to make a fuel run, so he's going to do a short pit. He must have only had, 16 laps in that stint?
Yes, he ran about 15, 16 laps. I think he came in on lap 15, crossed the stripe at 16. That puts 03 Ralph Vandervorst in first position with 11 laps on his tires. Stephen Mill Thompson with 3 laps on his tires. And number 7, John Held with 11 laps on his tires at position 3.
Track temperature right now, Pete's at 96 degrees, so this track's cooled off probably about 8-9 degrees since the beginning of the race, and about 20 degrees from where it was at practice time.
Looks like we have John Held and Chris Scales and also Joshua Robinson in the top 10 right now, but still needing to do pit stops.
I'm thinking some of these drivers actually ended up changing their pit strategy as this race went on. I think they were intending going to 2, and all these guys are ending up, they figured they're going to have to go to 3. It's a hard change up to do in the middle of the race.
Yes, it is. You can definitely see the difference in the used tires versus the newer tires just visually.
Yeah, it's a night and day difference, that's for sure. Feel like Superman with brand new rubber on that truck.
You have 15 looking underneath, Christopher Monroe looking under the 42. Ed Adams looking to make that pass. Ed's not looking like he's going to give it up easily.
Starting to hear a little bit more chatter, a little bit more between the drivers. I think they're just trying to stay out of each other's way, though. Well, we're under 20 to go, Pete. This thing's shaking on to be a hell of a race, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We look like we got the number 8, Chris Scales, looking behind the 32, looking to see what he can do here. It's they're side by side. They got some laps on their tires. This is concerning as far as a late race caution. I still believe we could have.
I now have Steve Thompson back in the lead again with Ralph Vanderhorst second and Kevin Dillon third right now.
Looks like Steve's holding about a 2-second lead on Kevin Dillon at this point.
Yep.
Looks like the 15 made it under the 42 safely, and they continue to move forward. Gary Corbett ducks into the pits.
Yeah, he's been a little off sequence all night long, so this is probably a scheduled run or scheduled stop for him. He's just been a little. He's one of the drivers that went from one strategy and switching over to another one.
Yeah, he's going to be really fast for these last 15 laps. Just don't know if there's enough laps for him to make up what he's going to need to make up.
He might have been on such ice skiddy slips out there that he maybe wasn't to be able to. Figured he was going to crash if he stayed out there any longer, so probably did the safe thing and come in and get some fresh skins underneath him. Looks like John Held is playing fuel strategy. He's saying he's going to be a little short on fuel, so he's starting to back it down a little bit. He's running in the top 5, sliding back slowly. Pat Scahill just passing him for the 7th spot. See Kevin Rupert, last car in the lead lap, 26 seconds behind Steve Thompson. So Kevin never really got the truck rolling. Started with a poor qualifying effort and just hasn't been able to work his way through the pack tonight.
Might be a little difficult tonight. Like I said, I think the track may have changed between their practice session earlier to now, because they were all expecting to do 30 plus laps. And then we saw guys coming in around 20, 25 laps.
John Hastings making nice room for the lead lap cars going by. John running 1 lap down.
I'm showing 21 cars of our 29 starters, all on the lead lap currently.
That's pretty good to have that many cars on the lead lap yet after almost 90 laps, 87 laps.
Brian Glass comes in, number 87, into the pits.
Brian was running 1 lap down. He's having a rough night. Not Brian Glass standards, that's for sure.
No, Brian's usually up there with the top 5 always, and giving them hell.
Closing in and down to 10 to go. Next lap will be 10 to go. We have Steve Thompson leading, Kevin Dillon second, Vern Margheim third. 4th place, Christopher Monroe, and our top 5, the 03 truck is Ralph Vanderhorst.
Still looking at about a 1.5-second lead between number 67, Steve Thompson, and Kevin Dillon for 1st and 2nd place.
Whoa, that was close between Jeff Gilmore and Ed Adams. Ed got a little loose coming out of 2, and Jeff did a nice job of getting off the throttle and not running in the back of Ed Adams there. Nice job for Jeff Gilmore there.
Yeah, you have to think that number 42, Ed Larson, is definitely pushing to the limit at this point with 10 to go, doing what he can.
Yeah, he's probably out there with probably the oldest tires out there right now.
Sitting there with 20 lap tires right now. Only person that I see older than him is Ralph Vanderhorst. Has 25 laps on his tires right now. So yeah, you are right. He's one of the ones with the most on them.
Ralph's going to have to go 35 laps on the fuel run if he wants to make her to the end.
I'm betting he feels like he's got ice skates on them wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Ed in his pucker moment might have slowed him down a little bit, just gathering that truck back up, getting back into his rhythm. As the 57 slides underneath.
Jeff Gilmore a little loose coming out of 3, though.
These guys look like they're having a handful out there, but it looks like a fun race. The number 1 spot, number 67, Steve Thomson, is still holding that 1.5 second lead. I think he's just keeping them at bay at this point, trying to save his equipment.
Yeah, he uses that relative screen better than most people do, so he's keeping that at that same rate. He's kind of playing with Kevin a little bit there, I think. Nice run for 5th place here with Ralph Vandervorst, Ed Adams, and Jeff Gilmore. Pat Scahill joining the fun. Oh, 3 wide, coming out of 3 or 4 there.
You got 2x2 going into 1 here, it looks like, with the 42, 57, 03, and the 92, all just waiting to pounce. We got 5 laps to go in this race, and I tell you what, these guys are doing a hell of a job with a truck that I believe is probably slipping and sliding all over the place.
Yeah, Ralph just lost 3 spots in the last 2 laps now. And them tires are starting to give up on him. Oh, we're middle of November right now, Pete, and iRacing's showing 77 degrees at Homestead right now. But I'll tell you one thing: in Wisconsin last night, we were down to 9 or 6 degrees last night when I went to bed. And for middle of November, that's way, way too early to be that cold. And I'm hoping you're enjoying a little warmer weather than what we have here right now.
Well, we have a little warmer, but it's only at 20 degrees, so it's not much warmer. And I tell you what, I was frozen this morning, but yeah, this is. I'd like to be in Homestead.
I hear you there, buddy. I hear you there.
Looks like 35 goes under the 03 safely. John Held, I did see a bobble from him earlier. Looks like he's gathered it back up and everything looks good.
Yeah, he's on fuel conservation. He said he may just have enough right now. He had to back her way off in order to make it to the end.
Well, we have 3 laps to go, and he's on 31 laps, so he is pushing it to the limit.
John Held running in the, looks like the 15th spot right now. Boy, look at that gap between Steve and Kevin. It's still maintained at 1.3 to 1.5 all the time. No give and take there. It's the same all the time.
Yeah, and that's not by coincidence. That's by Steve wanting to hold
experience.
him.
That's experience right there. Vern Margheim running 3rd right now. Krista Monroe 4th and top 5. Jeff Gilmore slides up to the top 5 spot.
We got 2 to go right now. 88 slides underneath the 8 of Chris Scales. 88, I believe, is on a lot fresher tires, being a few laps down, so he just makes it easy. 141 as well. White flag is out. Steve Thomson got a nice cushy lead from Kevin Dillon right now, taken into the backstretch.
Ralph Vandervorst ran out of field going on the backstretch. He's down the access road going in the pit lane right now with 1 to go.
No caution. Final lap, Steve comes around and out of turn 4 for the caution flags waving. Your winners, number 67, Steve the
Thanks,
Mule
Kevin.
Thomson.
Good finish, Kevin, and Vernon, good job, man.
Nice,
Upgraded the
nice
start
finish
finish
there
line.
between Ed Adams and Pat Scahill. That was for a sixth spot there,
Thanks,
and
Jeff.
Ed just managing to beat out Pat Scahill at the green checkered flag there.
Yeah, that was a good run by all. Steve Thomson with 26 lap tires, 27 was actually 28 tires. 28 lap tires was the most on his. So 25 laps seemed like it was the magic number for this truck tonight.
Drivers taking
Thank
all
you.
their equipment back to pit road right now. OBR rules state you
Thank
cannot
you,
park on the racetrack. You must take her back to pit area. Podium finishers are at the start and finish line right now, getting their celebration picture taken for finishing in the top three.
Oh, we're just waiting here while they do the post-race ceremonies, and we will get back and interview our top three drivers tonight. Which is number 67, Steve Mule Thompson in first place, Kevin Dillon in second place, number 26, number 33, Vernon Mayhew in third position. And we will do what we can to bring them down and hear what their thoughts were on the race.
Hey, Pete, I'm just going to show you something real quick here. Incident points. All drivers combined, less than 8 incident points for all the drivers combined. So awesome job by every driver out there.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Fantastic race all the way around, I would say. Yep, yep, Kevin. Kevin Dillon, this is Cocoa Puffs and Ken Schultz up in the up in the booth. You got a copy?
Any strategy changes from the start of the race to the end of the race?
Yeah, I was originally planning on waiting a little bit longer to pit during my runs, but every time I'd pit a little bit later than Steve, he'd come real far out on me, and I'd play catch up the whole run. So that last round of pit stops, I pitted a little bit early. Still ended up a little too far behind him and just wore my stuff out trying to get to him.
So we noticed that the pit stops, we were expecting 30 plus laps in a stint, but were those tires just running away from you early?
Yeah, the car would start to get a little unstable coming off. It would kind of get like pushy, snappy, loose. The longer we went, the worse it got. So it became a little bit of a handful and really had to use throttle control. But on new tires, it stuck well and you could pretty much mat it coming off. So I think that made a huge difference as far as lap times and as far as overall feel.
Yeah, we were looking at a 2.5 second difference between old tires and new.
Yeah, this isn't a very fun place to ride around on old tires. So it's always best just to come and get some fresh rubber.
Yeah, that sounds like it. It seemed like a real nice race out there. A lot of give and take. How were the guys tonight? Were they doing well, give and take?
Yeah, that's the one thing I gotta say about this league. I don't get a chance to run here with you guys very often, but compared to other leagues I run in, it's a good group of clean guys. And if you get a nose on somebody, a lot of times they're gonna give you the line, and that's definitely much appreciated, especially at a track like this.
10-4, Ken, you got something?
Um, Kevin, I know it's been a couple of weeks since we've seen you out here, and just want to welcome you back, and hopefully we see you a little bit more often. A great run tonight, and good luck to you the rest of this season. I hope to see you next season. It's going to be starting up in a couple of weeks. And Kevin, nice job, and good luck.
Thank you, guys. I'm finishing up my super late model run of the championship, which should be wrapping up beginning of December, so that's going to free up a lot of time. So I'm hoping to spend the winter with you guys.
Great, Kevin. Well, good luck on your late model runs, and congratulations on a second place finish tonight. Fantastic job. Great race to watch, and looking forward to seeing you up in the booth some more.
Thank you, guys. Have a good evening.
You too.
I'm going to bring down the ninth place finisher, Eddie. Eddie Jones, this is Ken and Coco up in the tower. Can you have your ears on, buddy?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, a little tougher run than normally we see you have tonight. Any major problems out there tonight?
I ran out of talent there on about lap 3 or 4. Just kind of scraped the wall, bit the fender in. Truck wasn't right, and I'm not racing for points anyway, so just tried to be very respectful to other guys around me. Try to come home with a top.
So Eddie, we were commenting a lot to each other and then to the guys. We were expecting about a 30 lap run, but were those tires giving you some problems earlier, around 20 laps or so?
I just decided to do. There were 2 scenarios going on. Some were doing 3 stops, others were doing 2. So came in at like 24 and 48 and around 74, 75. And I know like some of the other guys that fell off there toward the end, they were having to back off, save gas. The guys that tried to do 2 stops. So that's what was.
Yeah, we were watching you all through. It looked like you and Steve were going to hook up, and then it seemed like he was did a different pitch strategy than you. How was your truck throughout the evening, though?
Great for the first 3 laps until, like I said, I run out of talent and bent the fender in. And then after that, it drove about like a dump truck.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Well, ninth place finish, top 10 is not bad. We definitely finished. You finished better this time than on Monday's ARCA race, so congratulations on that.
Well, I appreciate that, I guess.
Eddie, just wanted to make a comment. I said something to Coco right after the race. All drivers combined, 8 incident points during this race. That's just great driving by all those drivers.
It's unreal. It's like the tracks that we can that everybody can just go wide open and throw caution to the wind. Hell, we end up with 4, 5, 6 cautions, and then these tracks that are very treacherous and just like rolling our P's and Q's. Sometimes it's kind of disappointing. I just wish we could do this at all the tracks. Go caution free.
Yeah, caution free is definitely a fun race to watch. There was a lot of action going on a track. I seen a lot of give and take from all the drivers.
Yeah, I would have liked to have taken more, but I had to give more tonight. So I'll be back after.
All right, Eddie. Oh, that's we were going to send Eddie off. We're going to send him back down to the top. And Eddie, a ninth place run, not too bad. Good luck to you the rest of this.
Thank you, boys.
Good luck, Eddie. Have a great night, buddy. Nice job.
Hey, I'm working on bringing our winner down. Guess who? It'd be Steve Thomson. Steve, Ken here up in the booth with Coco. Hey, you got your ears on again?
Yep. How you guys doing?
We're doing fine. Hey, it looks like you pulled off another win
User
tonight.
entered your channel.
Pit strategy worked out pretty well for you?
Yeah, I overdrove those first 2 sets. And so Kevin Dillon, he was tough. He caught up to me. And so I let him by, and then I decided to pit a couple laps early, and then I just stayed on that strategy. He'd started catching me, get within like 9/10 of a second on both those first 2 runs. And anyways, I'm not used to racing around him, so I thought, man, he's really fast. So on that last run, I just all of a sudden I felt something in my steering wheel, and it just took off, and I just stayed on my line and just kept running the same thing. I never looked back, and the truck really came into its own. It ran really good. So hopefully I learned something for this weekend with the championship races, because that's what those are what I'm going after.
Yeah, we noticed that the latter half of or the late end of the race, 10, 20 to go, that you were maintaining a 1.3 to a 1.5 lead on Kevin. Was that by design?
No, I didn't even look. I wasn't even looking in my mirror. I just started feeling more to the truck. I was overdriving it the first two stints, and so as soon as I did that, I mean, it felt really good. It wasn't getting loose off or anything. So I just lack of skill the first two.
I'll tell you what, it was a constant 1.3, 1.5, so it looked really good tonight. How was the truck throughout the run, though? I mean, throughout the entire race after figured out that you were overdriving going in?
Well, the first two stints, that's when I was overdriving it. It got really ill at the end. I mean, I was having a hard time just keeping it on the track. And then the last stint, I mean, soon as I let up, all of a sudden my steering wheel felt different. And I was like, oh man, that's what I was missing. So it was good on that lap.
Steve, I noticed after the race, all drivers combined less than 10 incident points in this race. Pretty good group of drivers he had out there.
Oh, that's fabulous. Are you kidding me? No cautions, caution free. I mean, these guys in this league, I mean, they're impressing me. I tell you what, you had Pocono last week. I got I got in the back, and I had to ride with everybody. And I tell you what, all those guys from the back guys all the way to the front guys, just amazing job of driving. They've improved so much. I mean, they don't have a clue. I mean, just awareness of who's around them, track awareness, everything. So I got to hand it to the guys in this league and the members. They're awesome drivers.
Well, I'm sure they thank you, Steve, and we want to thank you for what you do for the league, being league owner at this point. Fantastic job keeping this thing going, and we appreciate everything and all the time and dedication you do to this, and enjoy having you up in the booth as well.
Thank you. I just want to thank my sponsors real quick. Ride TV for sponsoring all four of my vehicles, and for Mohave Homes for sponsoring this series, and then of course Seat Time Racing School. They sponsor our Saturday morning Xfinity Series, Grand National Series, and Metro Ford of Chicago sponsors our Cup Series, and Hemp Shack sponsors our Monday Series. So I really appreciate all the support we get from all the members and all the sponsors and everything. So, and I appreciate you guys. Without the race review committee and membership committee, there's no way this thing would run. So we got like 6 guys that really put a lot of time and effort in this league and keep it running, and without them we wouldn't have it. So you guys are the league, man.
Well, we appreciate that, and you take it easy, Steve. Congratulations on a top finish there, #1 finish again. We told the audience that we weren't going to interview you anymore because you're finishing first place too often.
I'm just these are my kind of my tracks at the end. I'm lucky lucky where we're running right now.
It's a fantastic job, Steve. Nice job on the top finish, and we look forward to seeing you and hearing you again. Good job, buddy.
Thank you, I appreciate it. The golden horseshoe can fall out your ass at any time, so remember.
Steve, I'm going to throw you back topside. I'm going to see if I can bring John Hastings down real quick. Yep.
10-4, thank.
John Hastings. This is Ken Schultz and Coco in the booth. You got your ears on yet, buddy?
Yeah.
We'll be there in a second.
John Hastings, how did it go tonight? If he had a 21st place finish, any exciting stuff happened to you tonight?
I didn't wreck.
That's a positive, I guess.
Absolutely. That was a fun race. Green flag races are always fun. Old pit stops. Nice. Fun on the one pit stop, though. Other than that, it was okay.
John, the reason I brought you down here, I wanted to personally thank you for coming back, racing with the OBRL. I know you're gone for a while, but throwing those videos, those short 15-minute videos of each race, those are awesome. I just wanted to personally thank you on that, and it's just awesome to have.
Oh, my pleasure. I said I was awake because I was hurt, but I enjoy doing videos. Coco, I put something in Dropbox for you. If check it out, see if that's what you're looking for. Let me know.
Absolutely. Absolutely, John, and I want to thank you as well. We appreciate everything you do for the league, and we were watching you out there, and it seemed like that truck was getting a little loose towards the end of the runs, but
Oh
all in
yeah,
all, it was fun to watch.
yeah, it was a fun race, and you guys do a great job with this. Like I said, when I wasn't able to race, I watched all your broadcasts, and they were a blast. I really enjoyed them.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. It's coming from an expert. I'm flattered. Thank you very much, and
No, they're
hopefully
a blast. They really are.
cool, buddy. Well, listen, we look forward to talking to you on the broadcast booth all the time. Anytime you want, you got an empty seat warm for you.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Congratulations, John, on a safe run tonight, and good luck to you the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's what I would call a safe run. Good. Thank you.
Good run, John. We'll talk to you. Bye bye, buddy. Okay.
Coco. It's been a pleasure working with you tonight. Thanks for inviting me back up to the tower, and I hope everything goes well for you this week, and we'll see you sometime this week.
Sounds good, Ken. And I want to just say thank you as well to you for taking the time out and spending time in the booth with me. I think that the audience enjoys this, and hopefully they come back for some more Wednesday night truck racing broadcasts. From myself, Coco Puffs, Ken Schultz, we want to say thank you and hope everybody has a safe and good night. Everybody, see you later. Bye bye.